A Tale of Two Spellings. I'd like to do something I feel passionately about, which is to provoke quality in our worldwide Two Testament Jewish movement. For us to do the things that make the road in and back for our people smoother and less bumpy, less stony. Here's a particular stone in the road. If you're stumbling over it, I would like to help take it out of the way if I can. And it really comes down to this. I'm sure that you have noticed that throughout the world that the name of the Messiah from Nazareth is spelled in some places this way. You see the name on books. You see it on t-shirts. It is spelled Yeshua, Y', which is, let's face it, a kind of an awkward English construct. We don't really spell in English that way. And you will also see the name spelled this way, with a standard vowel between the Y and the SH, Yeshua. So you've got Yeshua and you've got Yeshua, and which is right? Well, if you talk to people on either side of the discussion, oftentimes you'll hear this idea. Well, it's transliteration from Hebrew into English, so there really aren't any rules. It's like sort of whatever you want to do is okay. Is that true? Well, I would like to show you this. You're looking at some of the byproducts of my passion. These are entire Bibles, Old and New Testaments, Tanakh and Brit Chadashah in one. The top and the bottom, the black leather ones. The one on the bottom is the modern Hebrew New Testament, bound up with the Tanakh, the Jewish Bible. And then the top one, it contains a 100-year-old translation of the New Testament by a very renowned scholar named Professor Franz Delitzsch. And in the red binding is perhaps the most beat-up book in my entire library, the Aramaic Peshitta of the New Testament, because I continually refer to it in order to clarify meanings of texts that in any way are obscure. Now, I'd like you to look at those two black leather Bibles you see. Here they are open side by side to the first page of the New Testament, to the Gospel of Matthew. And you can see I've brought up the name of the Messiah, and it is spelled in Hebrew the way that you see, and what's called pointed, meaning the vowels that go with the Hebrew letters, because there are no vowels in Hebrew. It's just the consonantal sounds. Y, sh, v, ah. Those are an empty vowel, like the ayin at the end, and the vowels are implicit and carried forward from practice. And at a certain point, the Masoretes, the traditional custodians, put them into these pointings called nikud, where you can see how the vowel is pronounced. It's between the consonants. So you can see here these vowels are for the name Yeshua. Yeshua. Now, this goes even the Aramaic. This is from a page from the Aramaic Peshitta, and you can see I've put the arrows pointing towards the Aramaic. This is the genealogy de Yeshua, and it has that same vowel, those two dots side by side. Well, what is that? In Hebrew, that vowel is called a tsere, and you can see it here at the right. The tsere, and those two E's are a very good presence there, because in the name tsere, it is tsere, tsere. That's the sound of those two dots is It's Now, if you go over to the left, you see a vowel called a shva. And a shva is represented in English not by an E, but by an apostrophe, because it's a glottal stop. You would say, like, instead of you saying Yeshua, if you would say it with tsere, you would say y. You would, like, stop your air. Yeshua. Now, in virtually every text from every scholarly source, including the oldest copies of the New Testament that have nikud in them, which vowel is used? Is it the tsere or the shva? Well, I want to tell you, virtually everywhere it is the tsere. The name is pronounced Yeshua, not Yeshua. It's not, as certain people have said to me who use this spelling, the Y apostrophe, well, there's no rule. It's just transliteration. Anybody can do anything they want. Well, no, you can't. My undergraduate degree is in comparative literature. I can tell you, as a student of literature in several languages, there are rules. There are rules for transliteration, and this is one of them. This is the correct spelling in Hebrew with the tzere, and this is the correct spelling and pronunciation. So if anyone has said to you, oh, it doesn't really matter, or, I learned that spelling from the person who led me to the faith, honestly, it doesn't matter what they said. It's just wrong. And I guarantee you, it adds a tiny little tinge of weirdness to the whole thing when an English reader or a European language Romance reader sees Romance Latin letters spelling a name, and the name has a Y and an apostrophe. It's just like a little hiccup. It's like, what? Is that really a necessary bump in the road? I don't think so. So I offer that for your consideration because those kind of things, believe it or not, provoke passion in me. When I look at them, the way Pinchas looked at what he looked at this week, I look at them and it provokes a passionate response. Why? Well, because I believe in the value of the message that we stand for. I believe what we say every week, that eternal life is bound up in these ideas and the choices that are involved with them. And throwing any kind of a brick into the works, in my view, is something that I can get fairly passionate about. I want to get in the way of that. I want to turn it around.